Hi, this is Lindsay Tucker, and I'm going to briefly talk to you today about the Web 2.0 tool, GeoGebra. If you open up your web browser and you go to geogebra.org, you will see this website that pops up. And there's many different things to go to, and I'm going to talk to you towards the end about a few of these, but right now I'm going to show you where to download. And you can install GeoGebra. First of all, you can install it as an app, and you can get it on your tablet. Or you can install it as a Chrome app, which is what I've done. You can put it on your Windows or your Mac desktop. But I've installed it as an app. So if you go to your apps, just like this, you'll see GeoGebra there. And I've already clicked it because it takes just a couple minutes to download. But this is what pops up once you've clicked on your app here. And this is this standard view that pops up, but you can change that if you like. You have a couple of different options under the view. You can see a spreadsheet, so if you have data that you want to input, it shows up over here. You can hide that view. And then over here in the algebra view is where your points will come up and the equations of your lines, etc., etc. So sometimes that can be distracting if that's not what you're doing. Also, this grid, for what I'm going to show you today, I don't really need it, but you can have the coordinate plane here with these axes and the grids drawn in or not. And so if you click them again, they'll go away. And I'm just going to quickly take you through a couple of steps here. Up at the top, you'll notice you have an arrow tool. You have many different options on how to create a point, lines. There's different lines that can be constructed, parallel, perpendicular, etc. And then again, you just have a lot of different things to choose from. And this is kind of neat. You have a text tool or a pen, freehand shape, and then slider. I won't get into all that today, but there's a lot of stuff you can do with the slider. So today I'm just going to briefly walk you through how to construct a square given a diagonal. So this is what we're going to start off with, and this is going to be the diagonal of the square that we're going to construct. I'm just going to walk through this. Hopefully this won't take too long, but I need a point on this line. And in order to construct a midpoint, because I need a perpendicular bisector, I have to have a point on my line anywhere in between, and then I want to choose my compass tool. In the compass tool, I want my radius to be AC here, and I want my center to be at A. So I click AC and then A again. And I want another circle to have a radius again of AC, but this time I want my center to be B. And you'll notice that these two circles intersect, and I want to put a point at where those two intersect. The next thing I want to do is draw a line through those 2 points. And so I grab my line tool and draw that. And then I want another intersection where those two lines meet, and that's going to be my midpoint. Okay, and as you can see, I can move some of these points around, some of these labels here. Now, to keep things from getting too distracted and too many things on the screen, you can right-click on your objects and click the Show Them, because you don't need all of them at this point. And so I'm going to uncheck that box for the objects that I don't need. Okay, so now I need another circle. This time, so my compass tool again. This time I want my radius to be AF and my center to be F. And now that's going to copy this segment AB. I'm going to have a diameter there for a diagonal, and then here. So again, I want my intersection points. And now I can hide my circle. I can also hide this line. Now I have all these nice little points on there, and they don't mean much to us at this moment, but if I now connect them, I have a square drawn. Just like that. And now there are a couple of other features that you have. Once you have these drawn, you can move around your blue points, which are A and B. Those are called your free points, which have not been constructed using anything else. Notice G, F, and H here. Those are Stationary points, you cannot move those because they've been constructed using other pieces. But your free points you can move. And notice that it remains a square, and that's the whole point of a construction, is that it remains that. Then you can click on these, and if you hold down the control key, you can highlight many different lines, and you can change your line thickness, and you can change the color. So I've played around and relabeled a couple things, and as you can see here is this same square that I constructed, but kind of in a finished form. Now once you get this finished, you can save your object, and you have a couple of different options when you save it. You can download it as a .ggb file, or you can upload it to GeoGebra Tube, and I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about that. You can also share your object, and this is where it goes straight to the GeoGebra Tube. And of course you have to be a member. It's free to be a member, but you have to use your email address to do that. So I'm going to talk for just one moment about that, and you get there by community, and as you see here, there's a forum, institutes, different things, but here's GeoGebra Tube, and there's just so many different options and free material out there. Here's some tags and just some things that you can do. You can create worksheets or lessons, publications, and then, the options and the things that you have are absolutely endless to make with this. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and even if you're not a geometry teacher or an algebra teacher or math teacher, it is actually usable in creating different kinds of art or fractals or anything else that you might be interested in. Hope you've enjoyed this.